The diesel rumour. Thomas was at the signal box when the signalman arrived. The Count Spot range is unsafe, and you must not use it. All right, said Thomas, and Thomas puffed away. He was on his way to the diesel sheds, while the 5 troublesome diesels were still troublesome and naughty as well. Hey, said Diesel, we have a visitor coming. And the visitor was Thomas. Hi guys, he said. Go away, Thomas, said Diesel. We don't want you in here. Yeah, said Den. Go away, Thomas. I don't want to go away right now, said Thomas. Yes, you will, said Derek, or you'll be in trouble by us. Not yet, I won't, said Thomas. There's a rumour that wants to get you out of the sheds, Derek, he said. And what rumour would that be? He said. I'm happy in here. And he was. You're not happy in here yet, said Thomas. The rumour is you're leaving Sodor. Derek felt sad. I don't want to leave Sodor, he said. I don't like it when things change. I'm out of here, he said. He got out of the sheds and onto the turntable. Derek, said Diesel, what are you doing? I'm going to tell the Fat Controller about that rumour. I don't want to leave Sodor, and I'm stopping him. And with that, Derek trundled away. I'm out of here too, said Thomas. And with that, Derek and Thomas were gone. Derek, come back, said Dennis, but he couldn't move. Now what are you going to do with him when he comes back? Said Den. I would kick him out, said Diesel. He's already broke rule number 1. Agreed, continued Dart. Derek and Thomas raced along to find the Fat Controller. At last they found him. They barged into a siding. Sir, he said, what about that rumour? Sir, said Derek, what about that rumour? What rumour? Said the Fat Controller. You know what rumour that is. You know what rumour it is, said Derek. You were saying that I'm leaving Sodor forever, he said. He said, please, sir, continued Derek. I know I've been a very naughty engine since I've been to Sodor, and I've been naughty since I was stuck in the sheds with those diesels. You should have seen what they were like with me. Please, sir, please keep me. But the Fat Controller laughed. That rumour was a joke. Then he laughed again. It's not funny, grumbled Derek. He was very annoyed. You confused me. But it was a joke, continued the Fat Controller. After he finished his laugh, he was ready. Well, I gotta go, he said. I have to warn the other engines about the Count Spot range. And the Fat Controller walked away. Derek was about to growl when Atten arrived with Annie and Clarabelle. Thomas was cross. Annie and Clarabelle were his carriages. Just then, Atten steamed in. Hello, he said. Haven't you all heard about the rumour? Derek's leaving. And you've got my coaches, said Thomas. Give them back. They're not your coaches, Thomas, said Atten. Annie and Clarabelle are our coaches. I can take them wherever I want. Who's going to stop me? We are, said Derek. Give Thomas his coaches back right now. Or you'll face the consequences, grumbled Thomas. No, I won't, said Atten. You all don't care about the rumour, and you all don't care about me too. Goodbye. Atten puffed angrily away. He doesn't care about the rumour, said Derek. And he doesn't care that Annie and Clarabelle are my coaches, grumbled Thomas. Just then, Duck arrived. He felt very worried. Haven't you all heard about the rumour? He said. Derek's leaving. I'm not really leaving, Duck, said Derek. The Fat Controller was joking. Yeah, said Thomas. And the bad news is, Atten still has my coaches. Haven't you seen him? Haven't you seen him? He said. Well, I did try to stop him, said Duck, but he ignored me a while ago. And just then, Thomas realised something. Oh no! Atten's going to the count spot range. I must stop him. Me too, said Derek, and they both puffed away. Atten steamed along the countryside as fast as his wheels could carry him. He raced past by the signal box, and he hurried along. Suddenly, Atten saw a barrier on the track. His driver slammed on the brakes, but it was too late. Atten was in terrible trouble. The count spot range was unsafe, and Atten was beginning to feel frightened. Help! He shouted. I'm going to fall! Thomas and Derek soon came to the rescue. Derek moved on to a siding, while Thomas was ready to rescue Atten and Annie and Clarabelle too. Thomas was coupled to Clarabelle, and with a mighty heave, Thomas pulled Atten and Annie and Clarabelle off the count spot range. And with that, Atten was safe. Peep, peep, thank you, smiled Atten. I'm sorry I was mad at you, said Thomas. It's 'cause I thought you were stealing Annie and Clarabelle for fun. And I'm sorry I took them away, said Atten. And best of all, Atten and Thomas were friends again. And Atten promised not to steal Annie and Clarabelle again. And Thomas had already told him that Annie and Clarabelle were his coaches. But Atten still didn't know. The good news is, said Derek, I'm not leaving. And it's good to be out of the shads, he said. It was way too much. It was way too much waste of time. I'm glad it was, said Thomas. And with that, the three engines were happy once again.